All right, welcome to our first video. I'm going to be attempting to put out roughly 10 minutes of content per day. By the way, I am Coco Pete Steve here in the Philippines, and welcome to my channel. I've been putting off starting a YouTube channel for years. I've been living in the Philippines for almost 2 years now. So much other fun stuff to do. I've been putting off, but I've always missed working since I've stopped working in the US, and it's time to get something done. As my mother as my mother always told me, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. There's not a whole lot I can do here in the U.S. I am worried about what's going to happen, but what's going to happen is going to happen. How we react to it is what's key. I've got 2 daughters in the U.S. Worried about them. I know they're able to take care of themselves. One of them is a nurse, so she's going to be able to take care of other people. She's labor delivery right now, but that's probably going to change. And my ex-wife is actually a nurse, and on the bright side, she is heading up testing for the Chinese virus in South Carolina. She's very competent, capable. She's started other programs that have been picked up nationally. So on the bright side, the testing's going to get done. It's going to ramp up. It's not going to be perfect, but the testing's key, and keeping somewhat calm. And the best way to keep calm is to either drink, which is always an option, or have some information and know what's going on to not panic. I'm going to just make a 5-minute video here randomly. I'm going to just see how well or how poorly I can edit it together and see if I can even upload it. If you're seeing this, I did manage to somehow upload it to YouTube or Google. I have to use this thing here, if you can see that. I think that's the internet. I'm an internet illiterate. How it works and all that. And I was actually on the internet in 1973, way back, when it was actually a dial-up, rotary dial-up. But I've just never used it other than for research. I never uploaded. So we're going to see. And I actually took my first selfie the other day, which I'm a little ashamed of. Just never quite understood what a selfie's for. But we're going to put out some information, educational, entertaining, and number one, above all else, going to share some hope, because things are not as bad as they appear. Just as an example, on the bright side of this, however this ends up, China will be finished. And China is, whether you like it or not, you think it's racist, that's okay to think that. China is a threat to the world, and clearly we can see that now. The way this has been handled, the United States has just fallen over itself to give in to China. American business is going to pay for some of that, and things are going to be different when we come out of this. As I think everyone's heard, most of the pharmaceuticals are produced or partly produced in China. They have threatened to not fulfill their obligation to export. That can be worked around. There's still American businesses that can produce whatever we need, when we need it, in the quantities we need, if they've given a little bit of time to ramp up. I heard of some company that makes alcohol liquor. They converted some of their processing to make rubbing alcohol for hand sanitizer. And they had to get a waiver from the federal government. I'm hoping they didn't wait for the waiver. I'm hoping they assumed that waiver was coming and they just started the actual physical production work to start making the rubbing alcohol, and F the government. Because those people, anyone that gets in the way of regulation is going to be dealt with later, and I hope severely. That is one of the reasons I left the U.S., is because of just the self-sabotage, things not going well, just basic stuff. All right, but that's enough about that. Things are going to get better. There are some pharmaceuticals, some therapies that work. I actually bought one. I have some medication for myself. If things get bad, I have a fairly good stockpile of food. I think here in the Philippines, things are going to remain fairly calm. Filipinos are pretty well behaved. The military's fairly well trained and strong here. And one of the reasons, by the way, that I'm in the Philippines is because the Filipino people love America and admire America. One of the last places on earth for that. They actually have a higher admiration for America than Americans do. Whoever does these surveys, 80% of the Filipinos look up to and respect America. And that's only about 60% of Americans in rough numbers. But let me see if I can edit it. I'm hoping the sound is good. I have a microphone, but I'm using a Mac, and you can't plug a microphone into a Mac. And I've got two of them. This is an older one. It still doesn't have a microphone jack. But I'm hoping if I keep the noise quiet in here, the background noise, that the sound quality will be okay. I'm going to work on the editing, get some more pictures up here. If you're seeing any over here, that means I did figure that out. And I don't know what it'll be a picture of, maybe just a horse laughing or a cute little kitten or something like that. But again, first video, this is just kind of a dry test run. Leave a comment. If there's anything you'd like to see or know, I'm fairly well informed. Been told I'm smarter than average. But we're going to have, my original plan here was to do a news and commentary show with a lot of humor and good fun. And that's what we're going to do. I also have an idea of a cooking show, Cooking with Steve. I did make one video of that already a year ago. Haven't posted it, but I'll probably put that up next week if I can figure out how to actually use that little box over there that connects to the internet. I have no idea what that does, if I need to put my computer inside that or if there's I don't know, however that magic works. But you know what? I've been able to get porn from it. I'm pretty sure I can put what some people might consider almost porn into it. Remember, always keep smiling. Very important. Mental attitude. But I've got a month where I'm going to be basically locked in my condo. And as I heard Adam Carolla say, very good podcast. I see him on YouTube. The stand-up comic, very bright guy. He repeated an old saying that prisoners say when they're going to jail. And it's basically, you could do the time, or the time can do you. But I'm going to be contained for, and so are you, by the way, a month or 2 or 4. But our movements are going to be restricted for a time. And you can either make the best of it or you can make the worst of it. And I choose to make the best of it. And when we come out of this, if I live, I'm going to need to be doing something because I'm pretty sure that my savings investments are going to be damaged, if not wiped out. And so who knows what the future holds, but I am a survivor, and I can always figure out something to do. And so can you, by the way. And that's what this channel is going to be about, is education, entertainment, and hope. And we'll share this journey together. Looking forward to your comments once I actually get some information on here that's worth commenting on. But this is, again, a test. I'm going to probably put a couple more clips to see if I can edit strings of things together. And keep an eye out, because tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have another video, and hopefully it will be actually a little better. But just keep in mind, things aren't as bad as they appear, although they kind of are bad. Here's a little more, and then we will see you later.